Welcome back to my channel. Sorry, I gotta fix this. It's really dark in here, so I had to put my ring light up. If you have not yet seen this movie or you are new to my channel, there will be spoilers, but if that does not bother you, let's go ahead and get into my review of Hellfest. As you know, I look at my notes. That's what I'm looking at down here, because you do forget stuff. So the plot of this movie is a mass killer, serial killer, turns, the horror-themed amusement park, into his basically own personal hunting ground. He terrorizes a group of friends, while the rest of the patrons think that it's pretty much part of the show. Oh, sorry. So Hellfest came out last year, 2018. It is rated R and it runs an hour and 29 minutes. It is under the horror category and it's directed by Gregory Plotkin, and the writers are Seth M. Sherwood, Blair Butler, and the stories by the stories by William Pennick and Christopher Sy. The cast, I'll mention that in just a minute. Oh, my puppy's having little withdrawals. When I first saw the trailer for this movie, I was hooked. Halloween is my favorite time of year. And especially with like the haunted houses and all that good stuff. So, you know, like with the leaves falling and I mean just everything, the atmosphere, I just love Halloween. So this was right up my alley. Right off the bat, we have the killer, of course, taking his first victim in the haunted attraction. Now, it is really dark, of course, so it is very eerie in some parts. So then it jumps to Natalie, who is played by Amy Forsyth. I think I'm saying that right. She's home and meets up with her best friend, Brooke, who's played by Rain Edwards. From what I can see, they've been friends for a really long time, and she's been away and she just comes home to visit for whatever reason. Now, Brooke actually lives with Taylor, who's played by Bex Taylor. No, Conan Claus. Natalie and Taylor, they basically don't get along. They don't like each other. They haven't liked each other since grade school. But they all decide to go to the Hellfest, where they receive VIP tickets, thanks to Gavin, who's played by Robbie Adall. I think I'm saying that right too. Sorry. So they meet up with Brooke's boyfriend, Quinn, played by Christian James, and Taylor's boyfriend, Ashton, played by Mercurio. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right either. So basically, they get to my type of atmosphere. Bex Taylor, she is just in heaven, and I just think like in this movie, me and her would get along so well, because that's just like her thing and that would be my thing, and I just think we would get along so well. I totally wish they had this in my town. Well, minus the crazy deranged killer. It's basically a Halloween themed carnival. Basically the killer goes around stalking Natalie and her friends after she sees him murder another girl, which she thinks is just part of the show. She doesn't seem scared, which I think he goes after. He looks for the ones that aren't scared so he can make them scared. So after that, he gets fixated on her and starts following her around the entire night. So I'm going to start off with the actors and the acting. I really didn't think the acting was that bad. Like some reviews mentioned, they said it was horrible, but I didn't really think that. I thought some of the parts were bland, but the majority of it was good. I mean, it wasn't anything to be noticeable. But other than that, I just thought it was good. So Bex Taylor Claus, who plays Taylor, coincidentally, you know, Taylor. I love her in this movie. As I mentioned before, I just think we could be like best friends. I love her, period. She just seems like she's so much fun. She's very sarcastically funny. Amy Forsyth, I think I'm saying that right, who plays Natalie, our final girl. She was just mediocre. I wasn't like in awe over her. But I mean, she did well, but it was just you know, it wasn't anything too impressive. It was good, it wasn't great. Brooke, played by Rain Edwards. Now, she was as well. I mean, they were good. They, you know, they played the part what they were supposed to do, but I just felt they could have gave it a lot more than they did. Now, the Melrose, Quinn, Gavin, and Asher, they were all great. I can't complain about them. They were there. I mean, they weren't too important, and except for Gavin. I really didn't like Gavin's acting too much in this. I felt like he either didn't try hard enough or tried too hard. The killer's presence is scary because he remains in the shadows. He's only present when he needs to be. The majority of the film he is in the shadows. The kills were predictable because you could see it coming. Plus, there is no backstory for the killer and gives no motive as to why he is picking off people. I mean, he doesn't really... I mean, it doesn't say why, because, you know, in Scream, there's a motive. And I Know What You Did Last Summer, there's a motive. Saw, even though I hate that movie. Halloween. I mean, every horror movie, there's a motive. And this one, I mean, it just falls flat on that, especially in the ending. The film gives me like an 80s vibe, which I do like. And I think the haunt is the best part of the movie. I think it's entertaining. It's just the best part of the movie, like seeing all the characters and just everything about the haunt is just fascinating to me. There was a lot of parts that gave me giggles, more than scared me. So it kind of gives you like the Scream, where, you know, it's a little bit scary, but it's also got those sarcastically funny parts. So some things that I didn't like, you always find Natalie alone. Like, why would you be alone if you know somebody's stalking you? I wouldn't be alone. Like, I would try to stick with somebody. Like, if I knew there was a creep stalking me, I wouldn't stay alone, basically. I don't know if you guys agree. And I just couldn't get attached to any particular character. Like, it was bland. Also, the ending. The ending was so weird and just irrelevant to the story. Like, you jump from one part to another, and it's just completely in a whole nother world. Conan! It's gonna knock over my tripod. And I won't ruin the whole ending for you, so I won't mention exactly what it is, but it's just completely weird. You'll have to watch it. Even though this film is not the best horror movie, by far, it was fun and it was entertaining. But the haunt is the most entertaining part of the movie. So with all that being said, I give Hellfest 3 carnivals. It was a good time, and I enjoyed it. He enjoyed it too. Yeah, so the movie that I'm most excited to see is Breakthrough. It comes out April 17th of this year, and I will link the trailer below in the description. It looks kind of like a Christian movie, but it looks really good. And I'm really looking forward to see it. It kind of made me cry a little bit in the trailer. So that's it for my review of Hellfest. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to sub and hit the little bell so you can see when I upload new content. And also, he's giving his 2 cents in there. Make sure you give it a like before you leave, and just to make it easier, you can subscribe here, and you can also check out my other channel here, and you can check out my most recent videos here, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!